Hello friends, you're with Lonesome Gamer, and I'm playing 1849, game of Sicilian Railways. And we're in the green phase. The first 6 trains have been purchased, and 3 companies are operating right now. And we will go now into a new stock round. This guy has priority. He's holding now the most, the CTL, which is the most profitable company, and also has a good, I mean, there's still 60% in there. So they're in a really good shape, actually. I think he's definitely doing well. He's got about well, close to $300 in here. If he sells that share, he'll end up at about 400. But sadly, it's not quite 400. I think it's 103. It's not quite 400. So that means he will not be able to start a company at 100 and get more than 20%. He could also start it at 144 and maybe get 20%. Then there is a big risk that, for example, this guy, he's sitting on 200 and he holds 3 shares here. He might sell these shares and then simply steal the company away from him. So, It's probably not such a great idea at the moment to actually start a new company. So maybe investing in other shares is a better idea. I mean, as I said, his own shares give the most money. So yeah, I think I'm gonna buy my own shares. It's something I usually don't really like to do, but on the other hand, you know, if they're so much better than everyone else's shares, it seems a little stupid not to do it here. So it's $103 that go into the company, and then it's this guy over here. He holds about about 100, and he will also invest in that guy's company here. This is where the money is. There we go. So, what about him? I think he wants to start his own company here. The reason is he wants to sell these 2 miners. So it probably really makes sense for him to start a company and not to wait any longer. He's got a good amount of money on hand, about 200. If he sells these shares, he sits at 500. That's pretty good. Actually, yeah, it's 500. That's pretty good. So he might... I think he wants to start a company then at 144. I think that makes sense. So he sells these shares. The value goes down. And that gives him $309. And then if he starts a company at 144, that's 188. That's 288. So that means he gets 21 back, I think. Okay, so he's got to start the Archimede, the ATA, which starts operating here. It's probably not the best company. On the other hand, there is a connection to Catania already. That space is now free because that company here got sold, and which might have been a mistake. Maybe you should have continued blocking that space. So we can make a quick connection to Messina, and we can also go here to Terranova. So it's not that bad, actually. And he will also immediately buy another share for another 144. So it's the end of the stock round. Basically what happened is that this guy purchased another CTL, this guy purchased another CTL. Everybody kind of wanted to have a few shares of the CTL, and I think he also purchased a SFA. That's pretty much it. So it wasn't too interesting here. The SFA is already at the bottom here, so it doesn't drop down any further, although there is a share in the bank pool. And that means that we're going to now enter the next operating round. Oh, by the way, I forgot to purchase the tokens of the ATA. They cost me 30 bucks. There we go. So, and the IFT will start operating, and I guess they're simply going to upgrade Catania. To a 60 buck location. There we go. And you can see now there is now this route open here to Messana. What's kind of interesting to know is that at some point in the game, I'm not sure, I think when the first 10 train comes out, so it's somewhere during the brown phase, there will be the earthquake of Messina, and then Messina will be downgraded to yellow again, and all the tokens in there are basically removed from the game or are destroyed, so they don't go back into the company's charter. So it might not be the best to invest heavily in Messina right now, but on the other hand, if it gives you additional money, maybe it's not such a bad idea. But you probably don't want to place a token there, I think that's pretty sure. It could be an interesting strategy. There is this specific company here, the AFG, and that company can choose where to start as long as it's not a city where another company starts. So Messina would be a legal space here, and if that would be a starting company, or let's say the company would start around this time now, maybe it's kind of interesting to start the company at that point for a low price, and then try to run it really hard, you know, buy many trains and upgrade Messina into, then you can run into this area down here to this space, which gives you also a lot of money. And if you can engineer some kind of synergy between these companies here, so that you can really build a strong route here very quickly, then you can invest a lot of money in trains, because if this is your only base, if the Garibaldi doesn't have another base than the Messina base, the company will be closed when that earthquake happens. So you don't have to be afraid at all about running a ton of trains or about going bankrupt or something, because the company will close anyway. You will lose your share value, which sucks. But if you started low, you might be able to make enough revenue, maybe, to make that still an acceptable loss. But that is just an idea. I don't know if it really works, but it could be maybe a strategy. But I don't think it's a good idea if the company starts that late in the game, right before the earthquake happens, right? I mean, what you could do is, you could basically use the Garibaldi, buy a 20% presidency, or you could bring money into the company, for example. Let's say you buy 40% or something, sell it down to 20% again, use all the, and then somewhere transfer the money into one of your other companies and just buy one crappy train. And then if the earthquake happens, your losses will not be that bad, but you might be able to get a lot of money into another company. So that could be an interesting option, I guess. Yeah, right now, this is not going to happen, obviously, because the RCS is the next company, but maybe someone will try it. We'll see. So, yeah, these guys upgraded the tile. They're going to run the train now. The 6th train. That gives them a revenue of 70 and 80. That's 150. That's not bad. So 15 per share. And a lot of money goes into the company, and that's what's really cool about that. We have 70% in the company. Let's see if I find some charter here to help me. So that means there's going to be $105 that go into the company. That's a lot of money. And oops, over here, of course. So that's pretty cool, I guess. And I forgot to pay out the privates once again. So 15 more for these guys, 5 more over here. Here we have 30. And that's it. So we paid out, share value rises, and now it's the new company, the ATA. And oops, that would allow us to go to any coastal city. Yeah, we could place a tile and a token on a coastal city. This action closes the company and is made instead of the regular track laying and token laying steps. So if we buy this company now, we could kind of jump out of here and start anywhere else. But, you know, do we really want to do that? I mean, we could, for example, maybe upgrade that and then place a tile here or token there. It's not that bad, but on the other hand, if we upgrade this, we already have a connection to here, which isn't bad at all. I mean, the $20 income isn't that bad either. So maybe I kind of want that. So, you know, I think I'm going to buy that company, but first let me see how much money I have. I have to buy a train for $200. So, I don't know if I want to do it already. Maybe I'm going to do it later. So for now, I start upgrading Siracusa. which connects me with Catania. And then I'm going to place my second dot right here. I think that's pretty valuable. And then I can buy trains. Now, I could buy, well, sadly I couldn't actually. I can only buy a single train. I was considering buying this 8 train for 350, but I don't have the money to do that. It would be cool because it would rust the 4 trains, but I simply don't have the money to do it. So I can only buy a single train here for 200. And, well, there are 200 more in here. But if I make this run, there'll be a lot more money in here. And then I might consider selling or buying one of these shares, one of these private companies in the next operating round. So this guy will then have quite a bit of money. So I couldn't pay out, therefore the share value drops. And now it's the CTL, and there's a lot of money in here, but they're not really interested in buying this 8 train. They make the most money right now, so yeah, that's not really a great idea for them to buy that train, I think. So the SFA later upgraded Gigenti, I think it is spelled, because they hit that twice. It cost them $40 because in this game you also have to pay for the terrain cost for the upgrade at least, and they have to pay the full terrain cost because part of the upgrade, this part here, is standard gauge. So that means they have to pay the full terrain cost. If all the parts would have been narrow gauge, then they only had to pay a quarter, but that's not the case here. So it's $40 for them. And then they run their trains for 60, 90, 100, 120, 160, 170, 190. And this time I'm going to mark that. Okay, there we go. So here's an interesting decision. The SFA could now buy back, well, yeah, they could buy back that last certificate here. I don't really know if it's reasonable or not to do so. I think it is. If I do so, I know we're talking about, I have $250 in here. So basically if I buy that thing back, I gotta spend a good amount of that money. On the other hand, right now I'm running for 19. So in the next operating round, this certificate brings me $38 in the company. And both together bring me nearly $80. That's not bad. I mean, I have then 4 certificates in there. But of course, I'm at $200 less in the company then. I can, in later rounds, I can sell that again. And I would not take any losses because I'm already at the bottom here. So I think that would be okay. But if I don't time that right, yeah, on the other hand, that 6 train is not going to rust too soon. Yeah, I think it's okay actually. You know, I think I'm going to do that. So we're going to buy that certificate here for 95, so that's 190. Okay, there we go. So So it goes to the bottom of the stack because already now it's going to be the last certificate that someone can buy out of this company. Okay, so they all paid out, and we go into the next operating round again, and again the privates pay out. 30 bucks for him, 15 bucks in here, and 5 bucks here. And the IFT starts again. So they have a 6 train. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, they definitely cannot make it to Messina if they want to go to the port. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But at least they will get this, Taormina and Acireale. So I'm going to lay a tile there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to grab that one, place it here, and that gives me then at least 20 additional bucks. And sooner or later I'm going to go there anyway. So they run for 20, 80, 90, 170. There you go. So because there's still 70% in there, that gave them 119 into the company. And they are definitely interested to make these 4 trains rust, because the other guys make a ton of money, especially him. And so maybe we have the option now to buy an 8 train. Let's see how much money there is. We're talking 350. Shit. I don't think we have that. I don't think so. Let's see. But I'm pretty sure we're very close. That's 325. That's 340. Oh boy. 346, man. We're 4 bucks short. Crap. Well, that's a shame, but there's nothing we can do. Yeah, that sucks. So, not this operating round. The others will have the option, also here, the others will have the option to run their 4 trains one more time. I mean, I could swallow, but that is bullshit. You know, I have 70% of my shares in here. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, these 4 trains are super powerful. I'm really not sure if I want to do that or not. Now here's the thing, I probably will be stuck here. You know, I can only enter the blue zone in phase 16. But on the other hand, I would simply go up then. 1, 2, 3. I wonder if I have that many operating rounds. I want to get stuck here, right? That's the thing. So if I would drop back, I might still be able to make it here and enter the blue zone. But I don't think I will get stuck, because I would go up and then go from here to here. So, it's a tough call. So, you know, on a 1, I'm going to swallow. No, I'm not. I'm going to pay out. and therefore these two trains will, or these 4 trains will continue operating. Okay, so yeah, I think we're already here. I really don't know. Yeah. It really is a shame. You know, yeah, okay. I'm gonna continue. Maybe I should have swallowed, but okay, we'll see. Damn it. I really have more and more the feeling that I actually should really swallow, because first I thought I was back here, but I'm already here, so I would only drop back to here basically if I swallow. So I think actually I really want to do that. So I think on a 1 to 4. No, okay. So this time we don't do it basically. I'm gonna go here. I'm not gonna swallow. I think I would have done that. Try to destroy these 2 trains, but okay. In this case I don't. And we'll continue. Yeah, the 2 trains will continue operating. This guy might still consider doing it. But then his share value drops pretty heavily, and I don't know if I want to do that either. So, yeah, I'm sitting here. I can now make a connection to here. But I also could try to go down south here, and you can upgrade these dots in this game. So maybe that's... let me see, is that tile there? Is that existing? I don't think so actually. No. No, that's not possible like this. Fine. I guess I'm going to go through the mountains then. Yeah. In a narrow gauge, so that's $40. I mean, the thing is, I kind of want to buy this thing here for me. So if I pay now $40, that might be money that I need to buy the company back for me for a massive price. So yeah, you know what? I think I don't want to lay track with these guys. I might consider maybe for later use. I can lay that connection up here to Messina, and then I'm gonna make basically the same run as the IFT does, which is also 17. We both have a 6 train. Gonna pay out. And that means that 119 go into the company. And I receive 51 as a shareholder. And now I will purchase this big one here. The 100 and actually again I forgot I forgot again to did I forget to pay out the oh, that would be an interesting, you know, I think I forgot actually to pay out the privates again. No, actually I think I didn't, but I'm not totally sure. That would be interesting, because then these guys would have the money to buy a 3 train. But I think I actually did. but I can't calculate that. Yeah, I checked it on the video actually, and the privates did pay out in this operating round. So, oops. And now I want to buy, the Azienda Trasporti Archimede buys the Società Marittima Siciliana for 220. That's obviously a big hit for the company, but it's a lot of money for this guy. And you know what? I might as well buy that crap here for another for another 90 bucks. Why not? Okay, I mean the company has a high share value. There's still 7 shares in here. So that's okay, we just need people to buy these shares, but a few of them might be actually bought by them if nobody else does it. So I think it's not that bad. And they can still sell a few shares if things go really wrong. So yeah, you want your own money here, and he's now a really rich guy. He's sitting on 500 something, so he can purchase a ton of shares in the next operating round. Cool. So yeah, they paid out, and then we go to the CTL again, and yeah, they're gonna make their run again for. Before I do that, I want to lay a tile here. Let's take this guy. I'm gonna go that way here. I'm actually not using this this track right now, but maybe later in the game we can connect to here. And I don't want to really spend the money to go here. At the moment I'm the only person who's sitting in Palermo. If the others are interested to get there, they can spend the money for the terrain cost and the action for the tile placements. And I don't have to do that, you know. I make a good amount of money in this area on my own. So that means now we're going to run again for 28. And of course we're going to pay out. So here's the thing. Actually I decided I'm not going to lay that tile. Instead I'm going to actually make my way down here. Why? Well, I have priority. That means I'll be able to start the next company here, the RCS, and the RCS starts in Palermo. So that means I can make a quick connection here, and that might be a profitable route for me. And yeah, I think that's a better idea. So now there's an interesting decision here again. And do I want to buy that 8 train here? I easily have the money. I have about 600 bucks in here. I have 2 more shares here for a value of 127. So that's another 250. So I got a lot of money in there. If I buy that train, the 4 trains will rust. Okay, that will hurt this guy too, right? But let's be honest. Right now I got a feeling this guy is not a big competitor. I feel like I'm pretty much in the lead here, and there's a lot of money over here right now because of the sell of the privates. But yeah, as I said, I'm feeling in a pretty good position here. So spending that money for an 8 train, I'm not so sure about that. The thing is, if I wait a little, I mean, someone else, the thing is, someone will rush these trains. That's for sure. Someone will rush the 4 trains. So, because there is here, the IFT has now the money to do that in the next operating round, though. And yeah, at least the IFT has the money to do it, and they absolutely will. So it doesn't really help me a lot to say, I mean, I'm not hoping that I can run these 4 trains again. But maybe if I wait now, I might be able to buy the 10 train, and that would be a permanent one. So there are 3 of these 8 trains, right? Now, the thing is, I'm going to start a company here. I got the money. I'm going to start the RCS. So the RCS will buy a train. So the question is, will these guys, I mean, this company doesn't have the money to buy a train. This company is also not in the best shape. Okay, they could sell shares, the same here. They can buy a train. I'm really not sure if I will be able to get that 10 train or not. It's a tough call for me. This guy will also start a new company. I think we can be sure about that. I'm going to start the RCS. This guy will start the AFG. Okay, cool. So we're going to see at least 2 trains going away. But that's the thing then, right? If this guy says, hey, I'm not going to buy the 8 train because I'm also kind of speculating for getting the 10 train, then I only have a single train in the next operating round, and it kind of sucks. On the other hand, if I buy that train now, I give this guy the option to buy the 10 train, which also sucks. Oh boy, I really don't know what to do here. Okay, so I think I'm not gonna buy the 8 train right now. There's more money here in this company than over here. So I kind of think it is maybe more likely, because, especially because there are all these shares in here, right? So I kind of have a feeling, yeah, it might be more likely that he is more willing to buy the 8 train. Yeah, it's really hard to tell. On the other hand, if I buy the 8 train now myself and then I start another company, I could buy the 6 train with that company and in that way transfer some money back into here. That could be also an idea, right? but I don't have that much. I have about 400 bucks if I buy a 6 train. Maybe about 250 in here then. Maybe. Okay, on a 1 to 4, I'm gonna buy that stupid train. Okay, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna buy the 8 train for 350. Hope I don't regret that. Definitely not sure if it's the best to do, but on the other hand, you know, in this way I can make a decision. Otherwise I have to wait what the others decide, and if they don't buy that train, I might end up with a single train in the next turn and still no real options to do something. And in this way, yeah, as I said, at least I made a decision myself. Okay. So we're gonna go, these trains go away, and yeah, that's it. So in the end, it's the SFA. And they now only have a single 6 train. So I guess the best they have is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they cannot quite get there with that 6 train. Okay, so I get the. I think for now, I don't want to spend that much money. It's still 80 bucks. Shit. Ah, fuck. Okay, you know what? I think... yeah, I think I'm actually going to spend these 80 bucks. 50, 60, I don't even have that much. So there's no way for me to either upgrade that tile or go here. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to lay a token here. This is usually a very valuable space to be. At some point we're going to see a connection from Palermo to Catania, probably, that goes through this city here, which is, what? Caltanissetta. So that is a good space to place a dot. I don't know where to... I think I don't want to lay a tile right now. And yeah, I'm going to run for significantly less than before because I only have a single train left. So it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's not even... I cannot even get there. Great. Maybe it's better if I go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's probably the best I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I can actually get there. So yeah, fine. That's 20, 40. Wait a minute, we might actually get more for this now. Let's see. Yeah, you can see this. You can see here. This is kind of confusing. Usually these go up. These values here kind of match with the colors of the trains, but in this game it's not the case. So that means now when the 8 train came out, the middle value counts, although this is not a color change. So that means we're going to start here at 20, 50, 60, 90, $100. Okay. And yeah, we're going to pay out, obviously. Now I'm considering selling shares with these guys. I need $350 to buy the next train. Even if I buy 2 shares, which is the maximum of shares I can buy, it's going to be super close. I don't think I might get that much money in the company. Probably not. But I can make another run, and that run, if there are still shares in there, would then give me the money that I need to actually buy that train. On the other hand, another reason why I thought about selling that share would be if I sell these 2 shares right now, I will get the option, because I'm pretty sure this guy won't do it because these are not very good shares, but then I will get the option to buy that last 20% share. And that is cool because it's a, you know, it's a double share basically on a single certificate. So that is tempting. But on the other hand, you know, if you don't have to sell shares, I don't know, it's a tough call. Because I'm pretty sure that this guy will probably sell the share too, and then the share value will drop anyway. So I'm really considering doing that. It allows me to get that extra share, which is kind of cool. The question is, can I even afford it? Nope. Oh, wait a minute. The money goes down. 2 shares would be 190. I'm at 188. No, I couldn't. And I don't want to sell the CTL share because that is very good. So I could not even afford that double share. So actually, oops. But that again means that sucks. That means again that I cannot buy the 2 shares to help the company to get the train. So it seems they're nearly forced to at least issue a single share. Then I can buy the other share, maybe. And, well, I really don't know. I'm not too happy with what's going on here, to be honest. You know, I think I'm gonna issue both shares. That will also leave me with the option to buy a share of the other company, maybe even sell one of my shares and buy a share of the CTL or so. We're gonna see. But yeah, I think I wanna actually sell these 2 shares. The share value will drop by 1 space, and I get 228 into the company. And you do this after the buying train step. So I'm not allowed to buy a train right now. And that's why it's important that I do it now, because if I want to buy a train in the next round, I got to make sure that I have the money to do so. Although it might not be enough, you know, if there is only this permanent train out there, I might not even have the money for that. I mean, I could issue that share here too. It doesn't reason. You know, I mean, maybe I want to do that. It doesn't change the value anymore, So I might actually want to do that. Then I have the option in the next operating round. If these trains are gone, I'll have the money to buy myself a permanent train. And I might not even get that even with a swallow without selling the share. So you know what? I think I'm going to do that. It kind of sucks and it's going to be very hard. My share value will not rise that much, probably because any time when it is kind of, I mean, it will kind of crouch along like this, right? But anytime it is at some point here, at the end of a stock round, it will drop back. So that kind of sucks. But getting a permanent train into that company is kind of a cool thing, I guess. So I think I want to do that. So I get another 228 here. So we have now 575 bucks in here. That's going to be enough for this 10 train. And which will rust the 6. But at least we have a permanent train, right? So maybe that isn't such a bad idea. It definitely isn't the best company. It's in a pretty bad shape now. If these, with all these shares in here, that kind of sucks, but okay. So yeah, I think I'm going to load this up now. We've seen the 2 operating rounds. I think, do I want to do another one? I don't think so. I'm going to load this up at that point. Okay, so yeah, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye. So I'm back and I reconsidered that. I don't think I want to issue all these shares. I think issuing shares is really not a great idea, especially so many shares. And especially if you don't have any more shares than in the company, because basically that means there is no more income for your company except swallowing, which is usually a bad thing. So I gotta give back 456, I guess. So that means yeah, okay. So my idea is now, because when the first 8 train was purchased, the companies can issue a bond. Each company has a single bond it can issue, and if they do that, they get 500 bucks in return. And I think I will do that. So that gives me 500 bucks, and then I receive this this other thing here, which is shit, where is it? It's the that one here, the bond issued, and it also says 50 bucks interest. So that is now the problem. Each run I gotta pay, or each turn I gotta pay 50 bucks interest. But if I buy an 8 train in the next turn, and then I have the money to do so, even if I have to pay the 50 bucks interest without running next turn, I still will have the money to buy the 8 train, the 10 train. I'm pretty sure I can make a good run. I'm not sure how good, but I'm pretty sure it will be more. I will make, out of my 40%, I will make more than 50 bucks. So that means overall I will still have kind of a positive income here. And then at some later point, you know, the share value won't drop, and then at a later point I can still think about issuing the shares, or maybe someone buys the shares for a better price, and in this way, yeah, I still have an income, and I think that is more valuable in this game. Okay, so that means the share value didn't drop, and I'm in an okay shape for now. The problem is, if I don't pay back the bond till the end of the game, then all the shares of the share value of a company is decreased by 100. So in this case now the shares would be only worth 14, and that would be obviously very bad. But that only applies toward the end of the game. So right now they are still traded at full value, and there's still plenty of time to pay back that bond. Okay, so hope to see you in the next video or on lonesomegamerr.com. Bye.